Hello pattern lovers, welcome to UG Patterns. Today we'll be working on this design. It's an asymmetric dart into style line. So if you check the diagram, it has different style lines. It has the princess cut and every other curves coming in. So I'll be showing you two methods of achieving this. Watch out. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So let's analyze this design. So the first thing is the neckline. So the neckline we have to, for this design, we would have to expand the neckline a bit because it's not the basic neckline. Next, looking at the style line, it comes from the armhole, like the first one that's on the left is gonna come like the regular princess cut. But if you check, one is a bit towards the mid part of the armhole and the other one is higher. The other one is going up. So we'll be working with it one step at a time. So the first thing we want to do is expand the neckline. So need to expand the neckline. Now, because it's an asymmetric design, I've traced out the basic dress block. That's the combination of the skirt and the bodice block. I've traced it out and I've traced it open, like complete. You know, normally we trace half. Now we have the complete center front because it's an asymmetric design. So we need the full front in order for us to be able to place our designs properly. So the first thing to do is let's open up the neckline a bit. So I'll work with like 2 cm, and down here we'll do it with like 1.5, and then 2 cm. Next is to connect these points. Please, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and for old subscribers, welcome. If you're new, kindly click the subscribe button. Alright, moving on, we have the neckline drawn out. Next is to start with the design on the left. That's the empire design on the left. So you have to look at the diagram to work. So what we can do is we can divide the midpoint of the armhole because it's a bit lower than the other. So we can use like half of the armhole measurement or make it come down a bit, but I would work with this, which is like 5. So the style line is going to come from here. Next is to connect it, ensure it flows from here towards the bust point. That's the through bust point. So connect to the through bust point. Okay. Next, I'll just connect the through bust point to the dart. So they all meet this way. And moving on. So after the armhole, we'll connect from the dart based on the design to the hip. That's for the left one. So connect this to the hip, ensure we curve it out like this. So this part coming here, following the dart like this, is the part 1. This is the A. Now we need to connect the B. So let it flow. We need to allow the B part to flow towards the neck based on the design draft. Okay. So what we're going to do next is decide on the part of the neck that it would be. If you check the diagram, realize that it doesn't get to the midpoint. So somewhere in between the mid and the sides, I'll just choose around here. And I'll have to flow with the style line, ensuring it curves out. So using my French curve, I can do this. So please ensure it flows, and we don't want any rough line or sharp edges. So it needs to flow. So I'll just place it this way. Now this is the second part. Okay, this is the first, this is the second. Though we're going to cut and then mark out but let me just quickly use this as a guide. Okay, this is the second. Okay, now let's move on to the other part. Now, it's the first one I want to take note of is where the princess that is coming from. For the right hand side, the princess that goes up a bit. So unlike the left hand side that it's down, this part it goes up a bit. So you just want to make sure it's closed. So I'll just measure 2.5. That looks way above. So first of all, connect this to the through bust point. Now from the through bust point, we need to make it flow down and go the whole way down. So we'll connect it first to the waist dart tip like this. Now from here, it goes with the dart. Now from the edge of the dart at the tip, it needs to flow towards the bottom. Now if you check the design at the down part, from here it's taking like 2 cm for the shaping or 2.5 in. So I'll just work with 2 cm at the hem. Okay, and then I would flow with my curve towards here. So we just need to draw out the shape based on how it is. Based on how the design is. Okay. Okay, so it just needs to flow with the curve all the way to the top. Next, looking at the other style line, it starts from the hip. So we're going, the next one is going to come from the hip and then flows towards the down. But if you check, the line seems even, so we need to ensure we flow with this using a particular measurement. So let's just measure what we have here. Okay, so let's just work with like 8 cm. So I'll just measure 8 cm and then follow the mark. Let's see. Okay, let it go in the 7. So we just use the 7. And just work with 7. So from here now, I would connect it to the hip line. So I just use that 7 cm as a guide to start our draft. Okay. So you want to eliminate any sharp edge in the process of drafting. Okay. So this is what we have. This way, if we're cutting out to flow with the style line, we'll be cutting out on this line. Now this would go out with this. And then this part would come this way. This would be the mid front, this would be the side front, the right hand side, side front, left hand side, and then we'll go this way. You always need to label your patterns before you work. So next, what we need to do is for the back is the same basic back, but all we need to do is expand the neckline. That is, increase the width of the neckline with the same measurement we did for the front. So I'll just measure what we have here, which is 2 cm. I'll come to the back, take out the 2 cm here, mark, and then drop the back neck by like 1 cm and connect. So that will be for the back. Every other thing is same thing as the basic back. Okay. Now this is it. So we want to label. So this is mid front. This is side front. This is side front. So we have to write out the left and the right. So this is the side seam. This is the side seam. So this is side front 1, side front 2, or you can actually use like an angle, any shape that would help you to know the part that it's connecting to. Now this is the mid front, and we also want to indicate the green line, straight grain. I have to do all this before we'll cut out. This is straight grain, this is straight grain. Okay, so with the label it helps you to know where you're cutting out. So I'll be cutting out on all this line. Let me just mark it. And then this goes this way. Okay. So cut out on shoe. Okay, yeah. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So this is 1, this is 2, this is the mid front 3, this is 4. So we have 1, 2, 3. See, this would also be cut out like this. I'm cutting out, following the lines that we marked. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Next, I'll just close up the shoulder dart. I'll close up the shoulder dart, and I'll cut the second one. This is the second part. Alright, now I'm done cutting out. This is it. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next is just to place on another paper and add the necessary seam allowance. So don't forget to label your pattern. It is very important because you don't want to mix up the pieces. It's even best to indicate the hem. This is the hem. Indicate. Alright, so let's look at the other method of achieving this style line. So what you want to do for this is eliminate the dart. That's the waist dart. It helps. So just eliminate the dart by measuring what you have on your dart space, taking it out on the side. So just measure exactly what we have and take it out. So repeat it for the other side. So we eliminate the dart this way. Also try and take out any sharp edge, but first let me connect it. I'm trying to see how I can just eliminate this so we don't have any sharp edge. Okay, from here now I'll just blend it, take it off. To try and remove any sharp edge. So whatever I have here, I have to do it on this other part too. Alright, now I've taken it out on the side. So this is our new side seam, like this. So this way, this dart is out and this dart is out. We've eliminated it. So with this now, all we need to do is start jotting out our style lines. So starting with the left hand side, to mark your princess dart here, you can get the midpoint of your armhole and mark. So if you check the diagram, you realize that the left hand side is a bit lower, the empire, that's why the right hand side goes up. Next, I'll connect this to the bust point. Okay, and now from here we'll rule out a straight line. Don't forget that we no longer have this dot, so we might as well just take it out. So I think all I'm gonna do is just erase it. Try and just use TP so that we can see the other lines in order for it not to become confusing us. Let me just take it out. Alright, what I did here was I just eliminated this mark. I used my TPS on it. The only reason I did this is so it doesn't confuse us when we are working on it. Just know that we've eliminated the dot. So I did this to make it faint, and then we can start working on our style lines so we don't have too many lines. If you have this, you can just erase your pencil, just lightly erase your pencil if you wish. Okay, now from here we just need to flow with the curve from this part. It's coming down towards the hip line. So from here now we would have this. Okay, and we'll have to connect it this way towards the hip line. So this way we have just one line going all the way. Let me redo this so we see. This is in my pink mark so we can see. Now this is the first part. The second one, don't forget, it comes from the neckline, but before we do that we have to expand the neckline a bit. So I'll just use 2 cm to go around and expand the neckline based on the design we have. Okay, here I've marked the neckline out. So to get the next style line, it's coming from the neck, and I'll just use this as a guide to take in like 2 or 2.5. Remember, looking at the diagram, you realize that it doesn't get to the mid, so it curves in from here. And around the waist, I'll take in like 2, let's say like 2.5, to use this as a guide for connecting the curve. So, and the curve, I'll connect it around here. So we'll just play with the curve, look at the diagram how you want it to be, and connect. From here now it will blend in. Remember, we don't want to have any sharp edge, so I have to blend this part in very well. Okay, so we have the second part ready. The third part is it's coming from the dart and from the princess cut. So this goes up a bit based on the diagram. So I'll just work with like 2 cm from the shoulder point or 2.5, and then flow with it to the bust point. So I'll connect it to the through bust point first. Now from here it goes down a bit. Okay, from here it goes down a bit, and we have to flow with the curve. So from this towards the hip, it starts curving. Just keep flipping the curve till we get in the shape we want. Okay, next, now flip. Continue this. Now coming to the edge, we'll take in like 2 cm or 2.5 in order to connect this to mix up. Please ensure you don't have any funny line, and then we'll blend. Make sure your lines are straight. Make sure your lines are curved properly, no sharp edge. So I'll just eliminate this. So to mark out the next style line, I'll connect from the hip level, that's from the hip line here, flow with the curve, and then tilt it. So you want to even, you can use measurement as a guide, like you can cross check what you have to try and flow with it. So you can even cross check your measurement and flow with it, just the way we did for the first pattern. Okay, so place your curve very well and allow it to flow just the way you want it. So this we have, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, and 5. Please label your pattern, it helps. And you also want to indicate the side seam, the side seam. This is side seam, and even the bottom edge indicated. Now this is 1, 2, 3. So you can use the numbers, and then before you cut out, you can even map out the hem of the garment before you start cutting out. So if I'm cutting out now, I'll cut out on this line. So if I cut out this, I'll be able to close up the shoulder, that, and then I'll cut out the next. Same thing with this. If I cut it out, I'll be able to close up the shoulder, that. Now we've eliminated the waist dart already, so it goes to the side. So I'll cut out this and this. So that's what I'll be doing next, cutting out. Alright, so done cutting out. Don't forget to label, write out the details, straight going, the side seam, indicate all the points. This is the mid, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So next I'll place it on another paper to add necessary allowance. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.